Hello everyone, this is Dr. P. Mary Anupama, Assistant Professor and Head of the Department of Biochemistry, St. Joseph's College for Women, here with the topic Structure of Neuron. The contents of this lecture will include basic introduction to neuron, functional architecture of neuron, like we'll be studying about cell body, neurofibrils, Nissil's bodies, cytoplasmic granules, nucleus, dendrites, axon, Schwann cells, and the nodes of Ranvier. The cells in our body, their activities are coordinated through a complex communication system. This communication and coordination is achieved through chemical messengers, which we call them as the hormones, and also through specialized cells known as the neurons or the nerve cells. Neurons, they play a vital role in transmitting signals across the length of the body, across different parts of the body, ensuring proper functioning and integration of activities. There are two main types of neurons. We have sensory neurons and motor neurons. Sensory neurons, these carry impulses to the central nervous system, whereas the motor neurons, they transmit impulses from brain and spinal cord to different effector organs such as the muscles and the glands. Thus, neurons, these form the basis of rapid communication which is taking place in our body. Functional architecture of a neuron. A neuron, it is regarded as a morphological as well as a functional unit of the nervous system because it is structurally specialized and it performs the essential function of impulse conduction. Neurons, these are located in the gray matter of the brain and spinal cord as well as in ganglia associated with cranial and spinal nerves and the autonomic nervous system. Structurally, a neuron is composed of three main parts: the cell body, also called as perikaryon, the dendrites, and an axon. These components, they work together in a coordinated manner to receive, process, and transmit nerve impulses efficiently throughout the body. Let us see each of the component of the cell body or the perikaryon of a neuron. So structurally, the cell body or cyton, it is enclosed in a membrane and the cytoplasm is present inside this nerve cell. We call it as the neuroplasm. It has cell organelles like the mitochondria, which is the powerhouse. Energy production is taken care by it. We have the Golgi complex where protein modification and transport takes place. It is the metabolic and control center of the neuron. The neuron consists of, or the cyton of the neuron, it consists of Nissil's bodies. So these Nissil's bodies, these are granular in structure and they stain strongly with basic dyes. They are involved in protein synthesis and they are present in the cell body. But you don't find these Nissil's bodies in the axon. So these are having a conical base, indicating that these are metabolically very active. Then we also have the cytoplasmic granules. The cytoplasm contains small pigmented granules which are of two types. Melanin granules, which are dark brown or black in color, and lipochrome granules, which are yellow to orange in color. These pigments, they may have some protective role or even metabolic role. Neurofibrils. The neurofibrils, these are delicate thread-like structures which you find in the neuroplasm. They provide structural support and also help in the transport of substances within the cell. So they help the cell to maintain the shape and organization. Next is the nucleus. We see that the nucleus is quite large. It is spherical in shape and it is centrally located within the cell body or the cytosol. It controls all the cellular activities and it contains the genetic material which is necessary for protein synthesis as well as the cell maintenance. So overall, the key function of the cell body is to maintain the neuron life process, and it integrates the incoming signals and supports overall neuronal function. Coming to the structure and functions of dendrites, the axon, the Schwann cells and nodes of Ranvier. Dendrites, these are the short branched extensions that act as the efferent process. They receive the signals. They conduct the impulses towards the cell body from another neuron or some sensory receptor. So these are branched ones. This branching, it increases surface area for receiving the signals. These contain Nissil's granules and even mitochondria that support the active metabolic role that these dendrites take up. Next, the axon. We know that axon, it starts at the axon hillock from the cyton. It is a long, slender projection that acts like an efferent process. It carries impulses away from the cell body to another neuron here or some effector organ. Usually, a cell has one axon. It is long and usually less branched as compared to the dendrites. So origin is at the axon hillock and it maintains uniform dia throughout. These may have some lateral branches which we call them as the collateral branches or collateral fibers. The end of the axon, it terminates in branches called the telodendrites. These are for communication. Then we have the Schwann cells. In the peripheral nervous system, the axons, they are surrounded by these cells. They produce a fatty insulation layer which you call it as the myelin sheet. The myelin sheet actually wraps around the axon in concentric layers. It protects the axon, and because of this myelin sheet produced by the Schwann cells, the speed of nerve impulse conduction takes place. Then we have the nodes of Ranvier. The myelin sheet, it is interrupted at regular intervals by small gaps which we call them as the nodes of Ranvier. These are the unmyelinated regions of the axon. Because of these things, it enables rapid conduction of nerve impulse, and the impulse jumps from one node to the other node. And this allows, because of this jumping of the signal, which we call it as the saltatory conduction, okay, the fast conduction of nerve impulse is taking place in the axon. Let us summarize. We have seen the basic introduction to neuron, the functional architecture of neuron, and we dealt with all these topics. Cell body, neurofibrils, Nissil's body, cytoplasmic granules, nucleus, dendrites, axon, Schwann cells, and nodes of Ranvier. Recommended books for further study include Guyton and Hall Textbook of Medical Physiology, Essentials of Medical Physiology by K. Sembulingam and Prema Sembulingam, or Human Anatomy and Physiology by Elaine N. Mereb et al., or you can study Review of Medical Physiology by Barrett, Susan, or this is the another one, Textbook of Medical Biochemistry and Physiology by M.N. Chatterjee and Rana Shinde. Thank you.